Just close your eyes. Know the peace within. Your constant presence at the infinity level remains unknown to you. You are yet to know the infinity within you. You are ever here as the infinity, but you are yet to know it. Since you are yet to know the infinity within you, you are continuously trapped by the finite duality level show. To know the infinity in you only, you are made to close your eyes just now. By closing eyes, you are free from the duality show, which happens at the finite form level, finite object level, within space. The duality level show is within space, but the observer is prior to space. How to know the state which is prior to space? You are already that just now. That state which is prior to space is ever present, unmoving, and unchanging. Just now, you know the stillness within you. The stillness is unmoving, unchanging, beyond movements. Beyond objects. I am practically making you aware of the supreme truth within you forever and ever. To know that you are the ultimate supreme, the non-dual eternal, first you must know the stillness which is prior to space. Space happens out of it just now. Every moment happens out of it just now. Entire manifestation happens out of it just now. You are yet to stabilize in the stillness which is prior to duality. I am helping you not only to know the stillness within you, but also to stabilize and settle in the stillness within you just now. Once you abide in this stillness, you know the endless, infinite peace wherever you are and whatever you do, whatever the actions at the duality level. Inwardly, you know the stillness constantly within you. This stillness is not a word, just a term is used to know the unending infinite peace. This stillness has got no boundary. It has got no beginning and no ending. There's no division here because there's no object here. This stillness is prior to space. You are ever here. Just now, you observe the stillness. So you are more than stillness. First, you must know the stillness within you, which is the beginning of your consciousness. Unless you are conscious of yourself, you cannot know the supreme truth, the ultimate eternal reality, that you are prior to birth and death. You are prior to the entire duality show, and nothing has never happened to you. This stillness is the door to the Supreme. I am taking you directly there and making you abide there constantly. My entire teaching is only to make you abide in stillness, stabilize in stillness, and settle in stillness. This teaching looks very simple because no complicated words are used here. And know that the truth is beyond words. No word is required to know the truth about you. The truth is prior to words. I am taking you to that state which is beyond words. I am just using words to indicate the truth within you. This is the beginning of the truth. It's not final. Because you are continuously trapped by the duality show, continuously dragged down by all the movements that happen spontaneously within space. Right from your waking state till sleep happens, every action, every functioning within space is happening spontaneously. You are not making any effort, right from breathing, heartbeat, and not even for the existence of yourself. You are spontaneously here. In deep sleep, you do not know that you are. Spontaneously, you come to know that you are at the beginning of the waking state. You are making no effort to be here. Neither you make any effort to know that you are here. So effortlessly everything is going on. Then how do you get trapped by the entire show, each and every frame of the show within duality? Because you are yet to know that there is a state prior to the arrival of this duality. You are yet to know that there is a state which is prevailing forever and ever prior to the arrival of this duality show within space. You are yet to know it. You do not know that there is a state prior to the duality. That is the non-dual, absolute, supreme, your original state. Just now you are that. I am introducing the ultimate truth within you. I am indicating the eternal secret about you, provided you are willing to wake up and know what you are. This class is exclusively at the conscious level to know the non-dual eternity prior to duality. Why I am expounding this? Because I know what you are just now, and you are yet to know what you are just now. You are not separate from me. There's no division as you and me. And I know this, and you are yet to know this. Since you do not know the non-dual secret about you, you take the waking state from morning 5 till the sleep happens up to 11 or so. You take each and every frame to be real, to be real, to be real. You never know that you are only observing the show, and the show is not you and never you. You are constantly observing the show, and the show happens without any effort by yourself. Just it goes on at the highest speed by the greater interaction of the elements at an incredible speed, unexplainable speed. It goes on. The only thing which you are missing is to know the observer in you. You are more bothered about every happening, but you fail to know the observer in you. But for the observer, there's nothing here, including your consciousness. Your observer is a source of consciousness. Consciousness is light. Out of light only, the entire manifestation happens spontaneously just now. But you are neither the consciousness nor its manifestation in space just now. You are the constant observer, the ever-present observer, the eternal observer, just now. How to know that you are ever present here and birth and death at the duality level show are not you? How to know? How will you know without going inwardly? Because you take only the duality show to be real. Whatever perceived within space to be real, to be real, to be real. Exactly like how you are in deep sleep and some dream happens spontaneously. You do not know how it happens, you do not know how it appears, you do not know how it functions, and you neither know how it disappears. You remain totally the observer of the dream because you are prior to the dream. But as long as the dream goes on, you take the dream to be real, 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 real. Once you wake up from the dream, you come to know that there's no reality in it. Exactly here, right from waking state till sleep happens. Whatever that is perceived within space or an exclusively an unreal dream, unreal show, which you are yet to know because you are yet to wake up from the duality show. Still you are holding on to the duality show and unwilling to know the non-dual reality within you. At least now, after listening to these teachings, go inward, stabilize inwardly, and settle inwardly, and you will know the non-dual reality within you, because it is there very much. The sample of this non-dual reality is the stillness within you, because truth is also unmoving, unchanging, ever present. The stillness is also unmoving, unchanging, ever present. Be with the stillness and observe. Right now you are that. I am not telling any story here. Neither I can waste time by talking unnecessary things about you. I am giving the exact essence, the exact highest truth about you. Listen to it sincerely. It helps you to wake up and to know your highest state beyond duality. You are constantly present here. Your presence is constant. In spite of that, how do you miss yourself? Why do you take yourself to be a finite form? You are yet to know that you are more than the form. You are yet to know that you are only using the form. You are yet to know that out of your consciousness only, not only your form, but all forms happen. The moment you are conscious of yourself, you don't see only your form. You see all forms, all objects around you, because the entire manifestation happens just now out of the light of consciousness within you, for which you make no effort. Effortlessly this duality show is going on. You are making effort, that's why you meet failures. The dream also goes on effortlessly. You are simply lying down in the bed and the dream goes on. There are no persons here. Each and every form is by consciousness itself, and each and every shape, design, volume, and whatever the term you use is exclusively by the interaction of the elements at an highest speed. Can't explain it. You can only know it. You cannot calculate it. It is beyond words. My question is, you are the highest truth and you are ever present here, and your presence is constant. Then how do you miss yourself? Why you are not able to be peaceful here? Why you are not able to be joyful here? Why you are not able to remain undisturbed, unperturbed, cool, relaxed within duality? Why? Because your identification is too much at the duality level. Why this identification is too much? Because you are yet to know that you are not the identifications imposed on you unknowingly. You are prior to identifications, prior to all labels added, prior to form, prior to all objects, prior to words, prior to movements, prior to space, and prior to dream itself. Just now, I know your value. I know that you are already that. That means eternal, the unexplainable, indescribable, the ultimate supreme beauty. When are you going to know? How will you know unless you are value yourself unless you love yourself. How will you know? You never focus towards yourself. Here, yourself means not outside, it is very much within. Yourself means your consciousness. Your consciousness is prior to space, prior to duality, prior to objects, prior to forms. Just now, your consciousness is the light out of which entire objects happen just now, entire cosmos happened just now, the whole galaxies happened just now. Whatever perceived within space is nothing but a reflection of the light within. Note this point. The source of the entire manifestation perceived at the duality level is prior to duality. The source is also beyond space. To know the beyond space, you are made to close your eyes, because whenever your eyes are open, you are trapped by the entire duality show within space. You see only space here. At the maximum you can see only space. Within space, every object goes on appearing, moving, functioning and disappearing. And you take the perceived show to be real, to be real, to be real throughout the waking state. You never investigate about yourself. You never investigate from where all these things happened just now and why these things happened just now. And you fail to investigate that whatever perceived are real or not. You simply take whatever that happens to be real, and you consider the birth to be real, the death also to be real, though they are not real. Unless you come across a realized who has transcended birth and death, who knows the eternity, there's no possibility for your consciousness to remain conscious as well as to wake up consciously to know the absolute truth that you are the ever-present eternal. You are the constant truth, unlimited truth, indescribable truth, beyond boundaries, just now. Why you are made to close your eyes and listen this class? By closing eyes, you know the infinity within you, just now. You know that you are very much conscious of yourself, otherwise you cannot listen these words deeply as you are now. You are very much conscious of yourself just now. Why not you remain the same way? Now you know the peace within. The peace is very much within. You cannot miss it because it is not an object to appear and disappear. It is your own subject. Be with it. I am helping you for the same. By being with the stillness constantly, you get to know the constant, ever-present truth about you. I help you for the same. I am here only to wake up your consciousness. First, to wake up consciously, you must remain conscious. You are totally trapped at the personality level, at the form level identification, which you are not. You are not the form level show. You are the observer prior to the form. You are ever present. You are always indicating and describing and narrating all that happens throughout the waking state, and you fail to note that you are the observer of the entire episode of that waking state. You are the only observer. In your observation only, the story goes on by the play of the elements. Once you go deeply, you will know that you are neither the element nor the movement. You are the unmoving, unchanging, ever-present, infinite eternity just now. Note this point. It helps you a lot not to get trapped by the duality show often. Stabilize inwardly at the non-dual level, which is prior to words, which is prior to duality, which is prior to the entire dream show. You are not the dream. The dream is not you. The dream is by the elements, play. It is not you. Unless you go inwardly, there's no possibility for you to wake up, I tell you. But I give you full guarantee that you can wake up at any moment, provided you settle inwardly and stabilize inwardly. To settle inwardly and stabilize inwardly, you need not spend any money. You need not go anywhere. Just being with yourself is more than sufficient. You need not make any effort to. Truth is such a simple thing. How you are missing it in spite of being at it? That's my question. You are already the truth and always the truth. Then how do you miss it? And you are simply carried away by that untruth which is not you. The unreal show which is not you. Even if you live here for millions of years, you will be describing only about the story that happens spontaneously by the play of elements, which is not by you. Even a single day is enough for you to realize what you are. But if you do not want to realize, even if thousands of years are given, you will be doing the same thing. You will never realize what you are. To that extent, you ignore yourself. You give importance to everything except yourself. Then how will you wake up? How will you realize what you are? Once you go inwardly and be with yourself, nothing affects you. You are ever in the nectar state. Nectar state is also just a word to indicate. It cannot be described. It cannot be explained. That's why it is simply put in the terms the ultimate. The ultimate means there's nothing higher than that. The supreme, that means there's nothing higher than that, nothing greater than that. You are that. Whether you realize or not. Why don't you realize? Every day you are given an opportunity to wake up. Every moment the whole world is appearing, functioning and disappearing. Where? In your consciousness. For what? To wake up. To realize what you are. Every nanosecond, entire manifestation is happening at the duality level only to make you realize what you are, because only at the duality level you come to know that you are, though you are the infinity prior to duality. You are prior to duality and you are constantly here at the infinity level, but you come to know that you come to know your presence only at the duality level through a tiny form. Unknowingly you accept the form to be yourself. So you accept the birth and death to be yourself. True, to be real. You never know that you are infinite using the form. You are only utilizing the form and you are more than the form. to make you know that you are more than the form, you are the infinity only. You are made to close your eyes just now. Just now, you remain so relaxed, peaceful, cool. In deep sleep, you are exactly like this, but you are no more conscious of yourself. Now, you are very much conscious of yourself. In deep sleep, whatever you have known as peace, joy, the relaxed state, is still here in the waking state. You can remain relaxed, peaceful, and joyful, even in this waking state, provided you abide in the stillness and observe silently the way you are in deep sleep. You react and get caught at the duality level show, not knowing that you are the non-dual observer. Prior to space, you have got no business with the duality show except to observe. You do not know how to observe, I tell you. You do not know how to observe. So continuously, constantly, you are trapped by the duality level show. And you are only blocking your realization. There are no person here to block your realization. There are no persons here. You never remain conscious of yourself. You are blocking your realization. You never remain conscious of yourself. So my whole teaching is to make you conscious of yourself and to know the peace within you, which is the beginning of your inner journey. For this inner journey also the term is used because journey means it's a movement. But here there's no movement. No movement is needed to know your Supreme Self. It is beyond movement. Only if the truth is somewhat far away from you, 10,000 kilometers or so, you have to take some transport to reach the truth. And you are right now at the destination. Right now, you are at the destination. There's no need to move. Just be as you are now. The more and more you abide in this unmoving stillness, the more and more you are closer to realization. I can say this much. The more and more you abide in this unmoving stillness, the more and more the wakefulness. The more and more the wakefulness. Realization is possible at any moment. Realizing what? Realizing that you are ever present here, and birth and death and whatever that is perceived as the duality show within space is not you. You are already free from the show and you are ever here, and you are the only observer, and you are already that. And you will know that you alone prevail here and nothing has never happened to you. The more you give importance to yourself, very easily you can wake up and realize what you are, because you are already that, and always that. You cannot miss yourself, I tell you. You cannot miss yourself. Just now, you are the non-dual reality. Inwardly you observe nothing, because inwardly there's no object. Be here and observe the way you are observing now, silently, even with eyes open. Now your consciousness is one with the source. Your consciousness is never separate from the source. It is already and always in the source. Only thing is, your consciousness has to realize the source within. The source means the eternity beyond birth and death. Your consciousness manifests entire cosmos, world, this and that, and all forms within space, and your consciousness is unnecessarily troubling itself by its own reflections within space. It is your consciousness which remains ignorant at the duality level, at the form level identity within space. As it is yet to know that it is only consciousness, it is accepting itself to be a person with imposed labels. The consciousness cannot realize itself as long as it is trapped by the duality show. The moment your conscious is conscious of itself, already it is at the non-dual level, as you are now. You are prior to duality now. The more and more you stabilize inwardly, your consciousness wakes up and realizes its unborn nature. Because your consciousness never knows that it is consciousness, it is trapped by its own reflections within space. The more and more you abide inwardly, the less and less you will be affected outwardly. The more you are into the non-duality, you will be affected lesser and lesser at the duality level. One fine day, your consciousness wakes up totally and realizes that none of the duality show is itself. Your consciousness relieves itself from the entire perceived show and knows that it is ever present. It is neither born nor die, and whatever appears to be the birth and death of the form is only an unreal dream, not real. The moment your consciousness merges totally with the source, it wakes up totally and knows its wholeness, the absolute truth about itself. Very easily you can wake up and know. I tell you, nothing affects you, nothing blocks you, your realization. It is your consciousness missing its realization by accepting the duality show to be real throughout the waking state. And it is your consciousness which goes inward and stabilizes inward and remains conscious of itself and merges totally into the source of itself. And then one fine day it wakes up totally and knows its wholeness. So the entire drama is your consciousness not knowing itself. Your consciousness does not know that it is consciousness, hence it is continuously trapped by the finite duality level show. Once your consciousness is conscious of itself, how? By going inwardly and stabilizing inwardly. Inwardly means prior to space, prior to duality. It is merging already in the source. Your consciousness is already within the source. So the more and more it is stabilizing inwardly, the more and more it is merging in the source itself. And finally, your consciousness wakes up totally. Note this point, it is not partial waking. Your consciousness wakes up totally and knows its wholeness, that it is ever present, and it realizes that it is already that, and nothing has never happened to it. And whatever that appeared to happen within duality show is not real. Now your consciousness realizes its eternity, the absolute supreme reality, the non-dual ultimate truth about itself. So my whole teaching is addressed only to the consciousness within you, to make your consciousness more conscious of itself by stabilizing beyond words in stillness and abiding in the stillness constantly, to realize its highest potential beyond birth and death prior to the unreal duality show. Your consciousness realizes its non-dual supreme reality once it wakes up totally from the unreal duality. I am here only to wake up your consciousness to know its highest potential, the non-dual reality prior to the duality show, prior to the unreal show within duality, to know that you are already that. To know that you are ever present here. To know that your presence is constant, infinite, ever here. And nothing has never happened to you. Just now. Trust me. Wake up consciously and know this ultimate secret that you are already that.